How will life be on Venus? It'll be hot enough to melt lead. The acid rain will burn the flesh off your bones, and it's the ideal spot to raise a family. Venus could be the preferred off-world destination for future space colonists. In today's video, we'll talk about the colonization of Venus. But before we start, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay connected. Because of Elon Musk's optimism, any colony picking Mars as its new home would confront significant challenges. The wispy thin atmosphere on Mars' surface provides colonists with nothing to breathe but terribly cold, lethally low air pressure, and little protection from the harmful sun radiation. But Venus has its own problems, and it's an extremely deadly environment. Life as we know it is inconceivable there. Elon Musk's extravagant Tesla homage to the stars and his company proposed Doge 1 expedition may be at the heart of space exploration's meme orbit, but Venus is rapidly becoming a new center of scientific efforts. NASA is planning two initiatives that promise to accomplish much more than launch a roadstar into space. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson revealed the next two mission choices for the space agency's Discovery program on June 2nd. Which employs relatively small missions to unlock the mysteries of our solar system. This round selection process began in 2019, when NASA issued a Discovery announcement of opportunity, soliciting mission proposals for a new round of Discovery program funding. Two missions planned for the solar system's hottest planet, Venus, one for Neptune's ice moon Triton, and one for the volcanic Jovian moon were among the four extremely competitive candidates selected in February 2020. The acronym Da Vinci Plus, which stands for Deep Atmosphere of Venus Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry and Imaging Plus, a mission to better study Venus's atmospheric development, and Veritas, which stands for Venus Emissivity Radio Science, INSAR Topography and Spectroscopy. A mission to better explore the Venusian surface and subsurface have been picked as the two missions to launch between 2028 and 2030. They will be the first NASA spacecraft to visit the second planet in our solar system in almost 40 years. Venus would be the name of Earth's sister, if it had one. Yes, Mars has the same day length and axis tilt as Earth, and sure, all three planets are in a habitable zone of our solar system, having liquid water on the surfaces at some point. However, Earth and Venus are very similar in many ways. They are essentially identical in size, gravity, density, mass, and chemical composition. On average, Mars is significantly smaller, denser, and further distant than Venus. Venus appears to be comparable to Earth on the surface, where its gravity is roughly 90% that of Earth, and it is only 30% closer to the Sun than we are. But there is a critical and terrifying difference. Venus has far too much atmosphere, whilst Mars has far too little. Venus's atmosphere is 90 times thicker than Earth's, largely made of carbon dioxide and enveloped in pure sulfuric acid clouds. The greenhouse effect of Venus's CO2 atmosphere retains a vast amount of the Sun's heat, making the surface of Venus unbearably the hottest spot in the solar system other than the Sun's surface. With a surface temperature of more than 450 degrees Celsius, it's hot enough to melt zinc, lead, and most organic materials. With atmospheric pressures equivalent to a kilometer beneath the ocean, even a nuclear submarine would be broken. Indeed, the pressure is so great that CO2 is crushed at the surface into an exotic state known as supercritical fluid, a bizarre substance that is neither gas nor liquid but has quantities of both. Supercritical CO2 is a dangerous and exotic material employed as an industrial solvent and sterilizer on Earth, and the surface of Venus is literally covered in it. In the late 1960s, 70s, and 80s, the USSR launched many probes to Venus. Unexpectedly, many failed before reaching the surface, while others crashed. Venera 13, the most successful, lasted more than 2 hours before succumbing to the severe pressure and heat. The images it brought back depict a rocky, arid, and strange world. So, how would we ever hope to live there? The idea is to stay away from the surface. The issue with Venus is that its surface is too far below the one Earth's atmospheric limit, referring to the air pressure. Other than the Earth, the atmosphere of Venus is the most Earth-like environment in the solar system. Venus is unexpectedly habitable at 50 kilometers or 30 miles above the surface. First, importantly, the air pressure is correct, measuring one Earth's atmosphere, and there's still enough atmosphere above to give sufficient levels of radiation protection, comparable to what we would get from Earth's atmosphere. The temperatures are also near being pleasant, approximately 60 degrees Celsius, which is hot, but we have technology that can manage it relatively well. Going a few kilometers higher reduces the temperature to a pretty reasonable 30 degrees Celsius without sacrificing much pressure or radiation shielding. And because Venus's gravity is nearly as powerful as Earth's, people who live there for extended periods are unlikely to develop the brittle bones and weak muscles associated with low gravity locations. The challenge of staying afloat in a suffocating atmosphere filled with clouds of drain cleaner remains, but the solution is arguably the most fortunate happenstance of the entire bold effort. Because CO2 is heavier than air on Earth, a balloon on Venus filled with Earth-like atmosphere of nitrogen and oxygen will be lighter than Venusian air. Fill a Venusian balloon with Earth air and it will fly like a helium balloon into the sky. If you want to know how to live on Venus, simply fill a balloon with nitrogen and oxygen and dwell on it. A large enough balloon will have enough lifting power to support you and your supplies, and an even larger balloon may be able to accomplish much more. A 1 kilometer diameter spherical balloon will lift 700,000 tons, which is equivalent to the weight of 2 Empire State Buildings, by the way. A balloon with a diameter of 2 kilometers could lift 6 million tons. The result would be an environment the size of a regular city. But what if the balloon bursts? It won't be like popping a balloon, because the pressure within the balloon is the same as the pressure outside. A rip will gently leak air rather than causing a catastrophic explosion. It's like opening a window and slowly letting the outside gas in and the inside gas out. The slower the process, the larger the habitat. It turns out that shielding the balloon from the sulfuric acid clouds is even simpler. The Russians have already tested the answer and you have it in your kitchen. On its journey to intercept Halley's Comet in 1985, the Soviet Vega expedition traveled by Venus. Vega released 2 balloons into Venus's atmosphere that drifted into the atmosphere right at the altitudes we're talking about for 2 days. The balloon's outermost layer was merely Teflon. Teflon is entirely impervious to sulfuric acid. There are obstacles that any space colony would have to deal with, such as locating raw materials for survival and figuring out how to kickstart the tremendously complex ecosystem required to maintain a long-term human occupancy. However, the atmosphere of Venus contains a large portion of what we require to get started. The CO2 atmosphere could be broken down into oxygen and carbon, and the sulfuric acid could be broken down into water, oxygen, and sulfur. While humans would be unable to access the surface of Venus, robots might be able to explore and mine the rocky landscape. The robots could be easily controlled in real time by the Cloud City's people. An inconceivable achievement on Earth because radio signals take around 20 minutes to travel the millions of kilometers from Earth to Venus and back. But don't go packing your bags just yet. We don't know enough about Venus to be certain that we can create cloud cities there. The first thing we would need to do is make Venus the target of some space probes so that we can simply learn about Venus. Because so much of the exploration of Venus occurred early in the space program, we don't know as much about it. As our technology has advanced, we have shifted our attention to other worlds, particularly Mars. We've learned so much about Mars lately. During the last couple of decades, we have acquired a lot of information about its early history, the atmosphere, and so much more. Venus is a fascinating planet with so many mysteries yet to be discovered. Do you think Elon Musk and NASA will be able to colonize Venus? Do you think life even exists on Venus? Share your views in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did like the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon to stay notified. We'll see you in a new video. Take care.